You feel a surge of...
Hold on, let me just look it up.
Sell things wholesale from bins, but not huge like Costco.
There's actually our Winco Foods in Colorado. Oh, no, that's not in Colorado. That's 365 miles away.
Dork. Maps. She missed that day in school to learn how to read a map.
There's Winco in Arizona, California, Idaho, Nevada, Oklahoma, Oregon,
There's
Texas, and Utah. Yeah, it's probably the Utah one we saw. Yeah. So that's probably why we've never heard of Winco. It's based in Boise. Is it like Albertsons? Maybe it's part of the it's privately held, so it's probably not Albertsons.
Yeah. No, I don't think this guy.
So you can do an option not to fight him.
Yeah, I have the invisibility spell.
You made yourself invisible. Yeah, 365 miles away isn't exactly cost effective. My parents got one in Oklahoma, and they sell things wholesale from bins, but not huge like Costco. Yeah, we have shopped at Albertsons because we lived in Montana. So, and then Jewel-Osco, which is was part. It's a similar subsidiary of Albertsons. So now, what's our plan here?
I'm just gonna go wandering until it's nighttime.
Because nighttime is the time when things are going to go down, right?
Every sense tingles with the feeling of danger.
And is there really anything
Eye sockets of the skulls glow with deadly energy.
over here to do?
I don't know. I'm just gonna go try to talk to.
Hey, if you and Baba got something going on the side that I don't know about.
Murray's looking pretty clueless.
If I didn't know you better, I'd be pretty jealous right now.
Hey, I'm the one that bought it. I had to go find a safe way to get this stuff. Easy and tired.
What?
You feel a sense of weariness and more than a little hunger. Baba Yaga speaks out loud.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
You find your feet stuck again.
Shopping frugally. Trying to
back
get
so soon, Cookie Face.
items for free.
Well, it is true that Gru Goo makes a lovely sauce for ice cream sundaes. So what do you want for this?
What do we want?
Not too bad. I had wyvern waffles for breakfast.
Still shop like a
And
college kid.
then it makes a great
Potatoes, rice,
syrup
ramen.
for waffles.
Lots of ramen. Definitely lots of ramen.
Actually, I don't think I remember. Hey, you already had a full one of those. Stop it.
I've heard that you were brought here
That's
by
a
those
small
up at the
candy bar.
castle.
No, it's not.
They
I bought
weren't
that.
too happy
But
when
you
you
didn't
landed
eat
in
it
the
for 2
Dark
weeks,
One's
so it's my
cave
candy bar.
Because I'm
instead of their
hoarding them
spell
because they're hard to find.
circle. Well, they just didn't realize how powerful the dark
Plus, you broke it.
influences are. They are keeping a close watch over you
You're taking away
now,
my candy
though.
bar.
I told you, it's not yours. I had to go all over the place, try it. Now waiting.
The Dark Ones are creatures of another plane of existence. They are incredibly powerful and dangerous. When they enter this world, they bring darkness,
Oh, they're healthy bastards.
madness, and destruction.
Fortunately, Spaghetti is
Don't
cheap.
mess with the Dark One's
99-cent
cave.
box of
I hate to have to leave this place
what
because
was
you
that?
ruined the
No.
neighborhood.
that too, but I mean those noodle packets and things that you can make a decent dinner with.
The Dark One's
Norse
cave has been around for
Norse
many
and
years. It
rice
seems it was
aroni
a
type
place of
things.
worship for a cult. They wanted to bring a Dark One into this world. Fortunately for this valley, the cult didn't succeed, I'll tell you.
There's like, the Lipton noodle ready-made boxes. Cheaper than the Hamburger Helper and
You
stuff
should go
like
visit
that,
the castle someday. You probably wouldn't get in the front door, but there is supposed to be a secret passage from the graveyard
You
to the
have to know all
castle.
these.
Quite a few let you know.
Now, what be-
Just in case you, no one
The
else.
Dark One that was worshipped in the cave almost, but not quite, came into this world. It's now trapped in a limbo state between dimensions. However, its magical aura leaches into this world, particularly at night. That's why things are so much more scenic when the sun sets.
But now the monsters are coming out in the daytime.
The dark influences affect spells here, too. Particularly spells which work both in and out of the valley. Crystal Ball reception stinks. We're magically cut
Terrible,
off from
actually.
most of the world. The castle folks used a lot of magic trying to get you here. You should be sure to thank them for your visit when you see them.
Seen 5 crowns of broccoli.
Oh, do drop in soon. It's so nice to have some snacks now and then.
Yeah, okay.
The skull of some huge monster or demon adorns the doorway. It's pretty fierce looking.
16 beans soup from last
Here.
week was my favorite. I told him he can't put all the beans in the bag,
Oh,
and he
back
still put all the beans
Well, that's
in
how you
there.
cook it. It'll be a lot of food.
Too
You're gonna
many
put other stuff in it, too.
damn beans.
Just complains.
You better put some meat in there too.
I already told you I am. I already got something.
What kind of meat?
Like a smoked sausage.
Huh? Really? What?
Well, you're not gonna have any dinner then.
What?
Because you kept cooking all my soup, or all my stew meats
I
I keep buying.
Didn't know there was a. Go buy some stew meat. I honestly would want meat. I don't.
That's why I'm putting meat in it. And you keep cooking my stew meats, I'm going to keep putting it.
Yeah, but I was trying to. Yeah, if you
mind.
don't
Just
flavor
beans
that
and-
sucker, and there is just nothing but beans and chicken broth,
Yeah.
and that can be real.
Did you do any aromatics in the soup or anything like that? I found this really good blog entry the last time I cooked this. So it says generally like you throw in other things like like garlic and onions and carrots and
There's
herb
something
bundles and stuff like that.
We had leftover ham, so I had him throw in the cubed ham and try to at least make it somewhat palatable. Because yes,
feeling of-
otherwise it's just beans.
Can I make this man soup?
No, we're having soup for dinner. Nothing but broth, salt and pepper. Had 2 bowls, was over it, and dumped the leftovers.
Reminds me, I made a like a barley soup, so it's something I just bought at Target and read the recipe on the back, and it's like, oh, this sounds kind of good. And just one little small packet of barley, once you put it in the water and you cook it for several hours, that really inflates. And oh my gosh, that was so much food. It was like I ended up having to freeze a bunch of it. And once we finally got through it, it was like, okay, I'm glad we're done with that finally.
Yeah, for a small family, never cook the full bag. And I was noticing today all the beans are in there. I'm like, oh, no, but
You have to stand still.
I have to be grateful that Eden Waith cooks.
Yes.
Yes.
Normally the same things for a week. This was a fail. She can't. She gets tired of the same thing.
Well, if I make like lasagna or
You
something
slowly-
in a big pan, I eat it all week long. I eat it for lunch. Then I usually serve it for the family at once dinner. And, like we had the noodles I made, and I've had them for, so I try to stretch it out, make it like for lunch and for regular dinner. I meal prep, eat the same dish for 5 to 10 meals. Simple way to keep costs down. Ideally, I should rotate different recipes using the freezer, but yeah, I'm thinking about making a lasagna. Obviously not today. We're having
You sense no
beans.
magic in this. The cloud symbol is a traditional representation of bread. You'll have to be a little more... You'll have to be... Now that you've taken the physical dark one, you'll have to be a little...
Okay, I'm going to guess Katrina got one of the rituals from here.
Okay.
Lasagna. Hopefully it doesn't crash.
And yeah, I'm the one who usually makes like the lasagnas and stuff like that. Is it supposed to crash here? Have you saved it?
Yeah, right before we got over
Okay.
here. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, with the like unpatched version, there's error 47 and error 52 were bad.
You know what I like to do is take rice and make like a thing of rice, and then I'll have that like for my breakfast. So like a white rice, in a container, and then I take that and have that for breakfast with with milk and butter and sugar. So I get making the oatmeal for the week.
After some rest, you feel
Definitely.
better.
Gonna make oatmeal for the week.
Do we have a cake or anything? Cake recipe or
I don't
anything?
go look.
Maybe we can make those peanut butter oat.
No, just get up and go look. Stop screaming into the microphone.
Nothing.
Let's see what time it is. Okay, it's getting close. So we're gonna meet Katrina, supposedly, by the castle gates.
When the days...
Okay, go away, Boris. Time to go home.
Nothing.
The castle is there.
One thing, okay, so Edenwaith doesn't like a lot of rice, but one thing he does like is he likes horchatas. So, I mean, that I can convince
After
him
some rest, you feel better.
to take me to a Mexican restaurant if they have
After
horchata.
some rest,
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, horchata is good. We found one. I think it was at the Aztec restaurant in Indian Springs.
Yeah,
That was good.
that was good.
Come back again sometime. It's good to have someone to talk to, besides myself.
I think that's the significance of Boris Karloff.
suddenly you have a terrible feeling of peril.
Uh-oh.
You recognize Ad Avis, the
Ooh.
evil wizard whom you thought you had killed in Rasir. Somehow, he has returned to life.
Rice chicken dish with
Thinking back, you recall
There
how
you go,
Ad
that's a good
Avis
idea.
once brought you under his control. You realize that you must avoid looking into his eyes at all costs.
How nice of you to come. I'm afraid I accidentally signed the wrong name to your note.
accidentally.
She did say
It's been ages since we last met. Come here and let me look at you.
So what's he gonna do to us?
You have no power against one such as I. Let's play a little game of fox and hound, shall we?
We defeated him last time, right? Uh-oh.
You fool! Did you really believe you could get away from me? I have you now, and you will pay for my death. It is you that caused me to become a vampire. If you had not killed me, I would never be forced to serve the Dark Master again. You probably blame me for all the problems around here, don't you? You understand nothing. The Dark Master is the cause of all the woe that is here.
No, I only blame you for
The
bad
Dark
fashion sense
Master
around
brought
here.
you here against my better judgment. The Dark Master made me what I am now, a Nosferatu, and seeks to do the same to you. But I shall spare you that fate.
Oh, he
I
doesn't
will
have bloody
mercifully
fangs.
end your miserable existence. Then the Dark Master and I will call forth eternal darkness, and we will no longer be limited to travel at night. Together, my master and I will create an army of undead, and we will conquer the world. Pity you won't be there to witness this. You cannot stop us now. You will never find your way out of this dungeon, and only a stake through the heart or more magic than you will ever have can stop us. You will die, knowing that you were destroyed by the Dark Master. Ah, the sun now rises, and I must go to my rest. You too shall rest. I will not allow you the chance to escape your fate, or to use that stake and hammer I torment you with here. Weapons of my destruction so close at hand, and yet so far. Sleep now, great hero. Tomorrow, you die.
Okay, so that was not Katrina.
You're helping me out.
You find yourself falling asleep.
So we will be here all night long, all day, all night. Yes.
You wake up from what you thought was a nightmare, only to discover that it's only too real.
Yeah, so chicken broth
You sense the
dish
vague
with broccoli is a
impressions
good
of
idea.
ancient
Another thing
pain
I
and
was
horror in
thinking
this
of,
place. There's also the sense of something dark and very much alive near you,
do you own a crock?
hungering for you.
I do a lot of crock pot cooking, and if you get a small one, you can put in meats and potatoes and things like that that make good, healthy stew kind of things that you can use for extra food for the week. But I also made a Tex-Mex in
You
my,
sense no magic in this
crock
yet.
pot.
You
That
find
was
yourself chained.
basic stuff I had in my cabinets, beans,
You
tomatoes.
open the lock on the chains easily. It seems your foe has underestimated you once again. It does seem odd, though, that he didn't bother to remove your backpack.
Oh, he was too busy. It was nighttime.
It's a heavy
daytime was
eye-
coming in to get out of there.
You pick up the heavy hammer.
Oh. Wondered
You
how
take the
get
wooden
down.
stake
Is he
and
in the
stake
Iron
its
Maiden?
claim. The executioner's axe is neatly stored in the chopping block, waiting to get ahead.
So right now we're in the dungeon. So does that
Second.
mean those two goons are going to be blocking the door? You know, I usually write Skooker. Internet. When in doubt, pull the internet. Oh, you know another thing, Emily, is if you like zucchini or spaghetti squash or butternut squash, typically that's kind of cheap and will also cook in a crock pot. Or eggplant, if you like eggplant, like Parmesan. A quick recipe is just breaking up the eggplant, put it in there with some tomato sauce, probably like your pasta, which you might have for spaghetti, and then cook that. And
It's not clear whether
throw
the cages are
some,
designed to
like,
hold prisoners or hungry monsters. Maybe both are put in at the same time.
Parmesan or mozzarella cheese. Okay,
It's
so
a very uncomfortable,
you bought
as
spaghetti
you've had
and
ample time to
butternut
discover,
squash,
rack
but you don't know how
for
to use
holding-
them. So
It looks like the sort of metal collar from which a chandelier might be supported.
spaghetti, right? Spaghetti
It's a
squash.
huge
This is
saw.
what you do.
Ideal for sectioning
You get your
trees.
crock pot. You put like a little
The
quarter
heavily
cup.
barred and reinforced door.
Okay, you put like a quarter cup of water on the bottom, slightly salted. Okay, and then you take your spaghetti squash and you cut it. Depending on how big your crock pot is, you cut it either like in half lengthwise, or you can cut it in half up and down, straight up and down, and then you put that in your crock pot.
The
And you
Borgovs
close it
were
up and cook
notoriously
it on
sloppy
high for
housekeepers.
4 hours or low for 6. And then when it's done cooking, it's going to be, you're basically going to take a fork and you're going to like pull it out.
Looks
You
sort
hear
of
the sound of voices
Right,
on
and
the
then
other
you
side
can
of the
take and you can make either like a butter
It's
and
barred on
garlic
the other
sauce
side,
with
but you can see and
Parmesan,
hear the two
and like
guards,
stir
two
that
people
and
in
use
the
that
door.
as your
What's
sauce,
going on
or
in
just
there?
even a can
The
of
master
regular
didn't
spaghetti
say nothing
sauce will
about
work.
guarding no prisoner.
It's the enemy guy's orders. So what? He gives you something to do.
I don't likes it. I think Ataby's guy's trying to pull a fast one on the master. She's not gonna like this.
So let us out.
You wants to go down there and tell her?
No way.
Then shut up!
So, and then a little bit of like the parsley seasoning, and mix that and make like a butter sauce, and
The
that
open
actually
spell
works nice.
doesn't work on a door with a heavy
But
bar on
back
the
to
other
the
side.
butternut squash,
You're in
I've
a
done
gloomy,
it.
foul-smelling... You don't notice anything.
Okay, hang on a second. I have done it both ways. I have peeled it, and cut it, chopped it up, into, and then you can put it in a pan on the stove.
It wouldn't
and
make
you
a
can
good fighting axe.
Saute
It's
it
just-
in that very garlic butter sauce I just
You sense
described
you're
to you.
approaching something very dark
Or
and very
you could
dangerous.
actually cook it in the crock pot in its entire, in the rind, the
There
whole
is something
thing.
large under the water
as
that
long
is either lonely or hungry.
As
You don't want
you
to find out which.
cook it for like the 6 to 8 hours, then it'll be soft. Yes, women are talking food and eating keeps clicking.
Hey, see that? It was the alien from the tentacle monster
You
from
sense
Space
you're
Quest
appro-
1.
No, I didn't. Oh,
There is something
yes.
large.
We're not going to find that one out. So that is the one way to do
It's an iron maiden,
butternut squash.
popular torture and murder device. The inside bristles with sharp iron spikes. Unlike most things here, it is shiny and has no rust forming upon it.
So nobody's in there.
Go knock.
It's
Yes,
an
your old
iron
friend.
maiden, popular...
Fortunately, we're going to do one of
Now
those.
that you look closely, there does seem to be something a bit odd about the design of the Iron Maiden.
Hello,
Take a
Winkers.
deep breath and step inside.
A tiny one, person size, is a good thing to do. Another thing I do
You're in a lady's
with
richly
my butternut
decorated bedroom.
squash is I
The
add
coffin, where there should be a bed, seems a bit out of place. But there's no accounting for tastes.
So you asked,
You
can we
sense
get to Katrina?
deadly danger
Yes.
here.
Now we can.
now
to
we
your
can
body
get to Katrina.
and your soul.
I cut apples up in it too. So you're getting, and then maybe like a pork stew. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Good luck with that.
There's no reason to do that.
And now we're down in Katrina's area. Okay, so that Iron Maiden did make a difference.
You're in a lady's richly decorated bedroom. You sense... Well, what do you know? It's a fake. Plants help to keep the air fresh in here. Isn't it nice to know that even vampires can be environmentally sensitive?
Sure. Okay.
Sculptures are so realistic they almost seem alive. And hungry. In contrast to the lushness of the other furnishings in this room, the plain desk and chair are obviously functional and frequently used. Only shards remain of the mirror. It appears to have been shattered by a single violent blow.
She doesn't
The
want to see
curtain has a
herself in
soft,
the mirror.
feminine appearance, a stark contrast to the hard-edged coffin which serves as a bed. Top of this ornamental shield is shaped like a bat on the wing.
So is it still?
Heavy brocade curtains break up the plain stone walls. Despite them,
Is this? What time is it right now? She's obviously still sleeping. So, oh, but it's getting dark. Okay.
So,
Can she
So-
kill? Can she kill you here?
so I mean, if we were to say,
that didn't do it. That didn't.
So killing her with a stake isn't an option.
oh, well, we can try that.
Oh. Oh, see, yeah.
Right in the heart. Right through the...
Taking a deep breath, you place the stake over the vampire's black heart and pound it in with 3 mighty blows
Learned
of the
that one
hammer.
from King's Quest 2.
You stare at the lifeless corpse in the coffin. You never thought that killing a vampire would be anywhere near this easy.
Except
At
that's...
last, I am free of her dominion over me. You did precisely what I wanted you to do. Destroy Katrina. So nice of you to cooperate with me.
But we didn't. We saved, so we don't really want to... Because now we die. Okay, so killing Katrina is not in our best interest. At least not yet.
Turn them loose.
Okay. Wake her up. Say, hey, he locked me down here. Can you get up and kick his ass? You gonna take something from her? Missing part of your
Suddenly you
legs.
find your...
You!
No, no, wait. I'll get back to this. I wanted to...
Darn it.
There's other things you can try.
I noticed she didn't have any legs at that scene.
She's sleeping! Copperfield, kiss Katrina, awaken, kill
Okay.
Katrina.
Alright, let's cop a feel. That's how
Let's kiss Katrina.
sure, you know,
Now's your
how's
chance.
that gonna go over
You
wrong?
lean over the open
Yes,
coffin
vampire.
and kiss Katrina long and hard on the lips. Suddenly you find yourself totally unable to move.
Ah, we're used to this one.
What are you doing here? How did you get in here? You dare to kiss me? How dare you! You break into my home, steal away my child, kill my servant, Toby, and then return to kill me? After I befriended you and helped you, some hero you are. I should leave you here to rot. I should let the rats gnaw your bones while you hang there. Give me one reason.
But baby,
Excuse why I should
I
not
love
leave
you.
you here to
It wasn't my fault!
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It came to me many years ago to learn from the one called the Dark Master. What he did not know was the Dark Master was a woman. He was quite appalled by the fact. He challenged me to a magical duel and lost. I made him my servant for 50 years, until I grew bored with him and turned him loose. But I had bitten him, and he knew that on his death he would rise again as a vampire under my command. He has served me since the night you defeated him. He hates me, and he is waiting for the opportunity to drive a stake through my heart. But he cannot harm me unless I harm him first. So why did you attempt to destroy me instead of your old enemy, Adavis? Do you fear me that much?
Well, look at her eyes.
I want you to know what it is like to be helpless. I want you to feel what it is like to know your enemy has a weapon and you can't do anything to stop them from killing you. I want you to know what it is like to be trapped away, never again to see the sunlight. Then perhaps you will understand why I have done what I have done. Then maybe you will realize why I needed someone who could walk openly in the daylight, could talk and make friends with people. Why I wanted your help.
Is she a runner?
No. It's Katrina.
I am a vampire, yes. I am a powerful magic user as
I
well.
am a woman, hear me
I
roar.
am also a woman. I was attracted to you. I have never met anyone like you. I trusted you. Then you destroy the child I loved and break into my home to destroy me.
That's the
How
good
could you?
part.
Why?
It's able to multi-screen while prepping rice.
I summoned you here to Mordavia. Adavis told me how you defeated him, and I needed someone resourceful.
Hey, stop Iblis from destroying the world. We'll
The
stop
summoning
Dark One's will.
spell was interrupted by the magic from the Dark One's cave, and you appeared there. I opened the cave mouth and hoped you could find your way out.
That's why
I
she's
tried to
open
make
it.
you think that I was a real woman, someone to talk to and be your friend. You don't know how long it has been since I have had
She's
a
a
real
lonely
friend.
vampire.
I wanted your help. That is why you are here. Now you only need to know what I want you to do. You will help me. No matter what, you will do what I want. Does that satisfy your curiosity? Then why don't you satisfy mine? What were you trying to prove by opening my coffin? I summoned you here. I want you. Does that...
Okay, so...
Defend your actions. Tell about child. Tell Katrina you love.
Tell how you returned the child to her parents and how happy she is now.
I loved her. I gave her everything she ever wanted. Toys, Toby to talk and play with. She was no longer afraid of the night. She was happy here.
Tell Katrina that Tanya is happy now.
You think it was wrong of me to take her from her parents? They ignored her. They never gave her anything. I gave her everything.
You remind Katrina that you did kill Tanya.
Killed her?
Yeah, I mean...
I lifted her to a new life. One where she would not have to fear growing old and ugly. One where she would never have to die again. You were the one who killed her! Returned her to fear and age and to face death again. I loved her. And she loved me.
So you're sorry.
You
Well, it looks like she's got
apologize
you tied up with
profusely
some
for disturbing
kinky
Katrina's rest.
actions here.
She's got leather suit.
Oh,
I know,
is
she's
that
like a
supposed to make
major
it all
dominant.
better? It was all just a
Dominatrix.
misunderstanding. Let's give the
Dominatrix.
nigga.
Can never say these
Why
words.
should I forgive you after you betrayed me again
Can
and
chia
again?
seeds go bad?
I
don't
have
think so.
decided that I still have a use for you. Alive. If you help me, you may still manage to leave Mordavia without my mark upon you. I want you to seek out the 5 missing Dark One rituals and return to the
Yeah, they
castle.
actually have a shelf life.
Together we will summon the Dark One and bring eternal night to this land.
You can
You
actually
will
have
help me,
beyond
won't
their,
Or
yeah,
must
they
I
need to be
take more
refrigerated,
drastic
but
measures to assure your
the
obedience?
best buy date is generally 2 years after the processing by most
Okay.
manufacturers.
Well, she said in a fridge for a month. Yeah, it should be fine.
It should be fine. If there's a bitter taste, then they've gone bad
Tell Katrina that you'll
and
do
should be
anything,
tossed out.
anything
but
at all.
when we're
But she'll
talking,
just let you
chia
go and
seeds are
not rip
good
your
for at
throat out.
least 2 to 4 years
Very
if
well.
stored properly.
But because I can never complete
So you
the
should be
trust
fine.
I will make certain you carry out my bidding.
Yeah, we got that part. We get that
By
part.
my will, I guias thee. Thou shalt seek the heart ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the blood ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the breath ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the bone ritual of the Dark One. Thou shalt seek the sense ritual of the Dark One. Return with these rituals ere 3 nights pass, lest ye suffer.
So what happens if you don't return?
Thus is your guess.
You start.
So go and return with the rituals soon. I would not want you to suffer after all.
So if you don't get all the bone rituals returned in time, then you start getting like pain inflicted upon you.
Oh,
Here's the woman who does Katrina's voice. I think her name is Jennifer Hale.
oh, Jennifer Hill. Okay.
Do you know any other games she's done voice acting for?
I know she's a famous voice actor, but I don't know all.
She does Leah in,
Leah on
in Diablo 3.
Diablo 3. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's where I know it from. I just couldn't think, but I know I've heard of her name. So Jennifer Hale. Canadian-American voice actress known for Baldur's Gate, Mass Effect, Metal Gear Solid, Spider-Man, BioShock, Overwatch, Star Wars. She did Carmen Sandiego, Avatar. She does voices for Cinderella and Princess Aurora.
A shiver of cold
Disney
comes over.
Princess.
You serve too, yet by the spirit unleash, release, but beware.
And right, yeah, definitely Diablo 3.
Oh wait, already have.
So we have to go through that scene, right?
Yeah.
It's a must.
I mean, you can tell her, like, also, like, explain about it to Beast, and she's like, oh yes, that sounds like him. What a prick.
So now we have 3 more full days to
You
finish.
float gently in this
Right.
ocean of
We'll try to
harmony.
find everything.
And where
You remember the
where are
happiness
we
of
on
being
the-
here before this.
We found
Now there is greater joy.
everything.
You are not alone. You are filled with the warmth of friendship. You share your hopes, your dreams, all the best moments of your life, knowing that here is someone who understands and cares about you. You reach out to touch your friend, but there is no one there. You are all alone.
But we had nice dreams for
You
once
gradually
there.
wake, shaking off the shreds of dreams that cling to your
We
memory.
didn't have Piotr there waiting for
Hey,
us.
With Irana's
Weren't
staff
paying
gone, the boulder is now just another large rock formation, although flowers still grow on it. For now. There is still some residual magic in this area, although it is starting to fade now that Irana's staff no longer protects the town.
So what, the vampires and everybody can come in and get them now? Because this...
One thing you can say,
Okay, do you have anything new to say?
the town is quiet now.
Yeah.
So pretty much we're winding down to the climax of the game.
Getting close. So when you get chased by the Nectars,
You eat your...
it is possible to escape them, but then whenever you go back out of the town, they're going to be there. So,
So now it's Necrotar time.
no. We already got caught, and that's when we got caught by Davis.
Okay.
Day 16. And I think I already have all the let's see how many things I have.
So now where are we headed?
I'm gonna go talk to the gypsies,
Oh, to get the one last fortune.
see if they have anything. I think they have at least something new to say while you're under the Gias. So I think the last time I played it, I kind of would wait a little longer, and
Wildflowers bloom with...
so occasionally there'll be like kind of new things I'd never seen before, because sometimes you just kind of move through it faster than expected. So
Wink. Please go bathroom and take care of yourself.
no, just go, just stand up. Don't tell her. She doesn't understand. Still watching. I'm gonna cook up some eggs and stuff for the week.
So you really do all your cooking on Sunday for the whole week. It's interesting. But I bet it saves you a lot of time at night. All you have to do is to pop things in the microwave or or heat it up on the stove, and gotta not worry about it. Plus you have your
Welcome.
lunches for
I
the
know
week.
that you have been through much since last we saw you.
She's been watching us through.
I have tried to read your fortune for you while you were gone. All the cards came up black. Then I had a vision.
Oh, I bet you did.
It was a dark vision. It left me cold and sick, yet I knew the vision was true. Now I will show you my vision and read your future once more in the tarot cards. And this time, darling, I won't even charge you for it.
Wow.
The Dark One is not something of which the gypsies speak. It was an ill day when our tribe traveled to this valley. We used to trade freely with the people of the castle years ago. We did not know how things had changed here. The influence of the Dark One overshadows this valley. We gypsies know better than to get involved with the Dark One.
Go use your nose medicine, please.
You need to deal in some way with the darkness, and we gypsies are bound by honor to aid you however we can. Yet, if your actions stir the darkness and unleash it, our tribe will be destroyed. Still, you are an agent of
during the week, I
destiny,
am Buzz.
and
no
we
time.
will
If I
serve
don't
you
make
as
bad
you serve
choices,
it.
if I don't, I make bad
The
choices.
magic of
I
the
can see
Dark
that. I
One
understand.
overwhelms this area, and the cards cannot override this power. Last night, I had a dream. It was a dark dream, and it frightened me. But it was a dream for you. Let me share with you the images which I saw, and perhaps the cards will aid in the telling. The first image I saw was that of a bone. I heard in my dreams the words, "Bring me to life."
Bring me back to life.
Now, let us see what the cards will say of this. Somehow, I do not think this is a premonition, although it fits the situation. No. I think this is a place, a tomb or cenotaph. Now, what more can we learn?
Cenotaph.
Cenotaph.
Of all the cards, this is the most watery. The tomb lies
So
in
many
or
cards
near
you
some
had to
water.
get rid of the
The
darkness.
lake,
thing, man. I'm
perhaps.
telling you
No,
what.
no. Rather, I believe this is the swamp. Somewhere in the swamp lies a tomb. And somewhere at that tomb is a piece of the puzzle that explains or deals with the image of the bones.
Okay, interesting.
But I sense that you already have the answer to that problem. So
Okay,
perhaps
that's
you know
interesting.
more
She's
of
giving you
this
hints on
than
where each
I.
of the rituals are if you don't know where they are.
Oh, I see.
Oh, in my dream, I seem to move deeper into the darkness.
But we have all the rituals. So now
The next image I saw in my dream was that of blood. I felt my own blood go cold as it too spoke the words, "Bring me to life." What do the cards say of this?
took my line.
The tower. This is always an ill omen. I believe it represents a building of some sort. Let us learn more.
Oh, okay. We burned it down, though. It's be gone. It's destroyed.
The Dark One. The building is dedicated to the Dark One itself. Somewhere within there lies the puzzle piece for the blood.
We done that.
However, I sense that you already contain that piece.
Yeah, you've probably been spying on me too.
Well, it says she's been watching us
In the
through like
dream,
crystal
I
balls.
seem
So
to
is
get
the other
colder.
one.
I felt
Being
the icy
Good
breath
thing it
of
weren't
something
watching us when
huge
we were
before
using
me.
the restroom.
It got
taking a
louder
shower,
and stronger, and I seemed to be pulled by it. Before me was the image of breath. I felt myself pounded by the words, "Bring me to life, bring me to life." I tried to run, but I was caught in the wind. But the dream is over.
It's over.
Now, let us discover what we can. Ah, this one is not a place. No, I believe this is the woman from your past. The self-centered one of power has the secrets to the breath.
She's holding.
But you have already dealt with her, for the puzzle piece of the breath now lies with you. Then, in my dream, I felt myself blown along. All sound died, and I felt as if I had lost my body. I could not see, hear, smell, or feel anything.
What does that mean?
The senses.
Then I saw the symbol of the senses.
Sort of
I was
predicting
again
some things will happen.
overwhelmed by the words. Bring me to life. Then the image faded. Shall we learn more?
By all means.
Another place of darkness. Some building, or perhaps only a structure. The next card may help us. The Six of Swords? Oh, this is a sign of travel. Could it be a building far away? No, it cannot be. This is also the sign of the gypsies. But we have no buildings, particularly ones cursed by the darkness. I don't understand this. Let me discuss this subject with the others of my tribe. Perhaps we may yet make sense of this.
Do you have to go see her?
To return to my dream, I soon could hear a tremendous pounding noise. I found myself swept forward, deeper into darkness. There before me was the symbol of the heart. It too commanded, bring me to life. What will the cards tell of this? This is an inverted queen of rods, a jealous and deceitful woman, one who harbors no goodwill toward you. There are many women in your life right now. This one is not to be trusted. This woman also has magic, but the magician card is inverted. That implies that she is one who is willing to use her skills for bad purposes. She is opposed to you, and will not give this puzzle piece freely. I can tell that this part of the puzzle has already been gained by you. Let us continue. Oh, again, the dream filled me with fear, and I struggled to awaken from its depths. I could not resist against its force, so I found myself in the center of darkness. I saw before me this symbol and heard the voice demand, give me life. I awoke and lay trembling for the rest of the night. Let us see where the last part of the puzzle lies. The Hierophant, the sign of a spiritual leader. This person is one who serves another willingly. There are many possible interpretations here. Now, let us see what the next card will explain. The Dark One. Oh, this is a priest of the Dark One, or someone trapped by the Dark One, or perhaps both. You will have to enter into darkness itself to find this piece. Yet remember, nothing serves the Dark One and remains unchanged. The one who has what you seek is of the Dark One now. Deal with him carefully.
That's probably right.
These last cards will reveal the point of all these visions and dreams.
Wow.
The Dark One. The Lady of Power and Magic. The Dark One is the ultimate source of all the problems here, yes. It drew those with ties to dark magic and those with ties to
She
good.
really does, doesn't
It is a
she? She
thing
talks a
not of
lot.
this world, yet linked
She knows
to
a lot.
it. My people tell tales of the battle against it. The stories tell of how the mage Irana held off the Dark One and sent it back. How she died in that battle, and the darkness was banished forever.
Well, not forever, but kind of.
These were just children's stories told to drive off the terrors of the night. What truly happened in that battle, we do not know. It is clear that the battle never ended, and the darkness still draws allies to its side. Just as you were drawn here as a pawn in this war, for whose side are you working, huh? It seems that both the Dark One and the magician Irana are using you. How this will end, the cards cannot foresee. The agents of darkness will continue to influence your actions in this matter. For now, I think this serves the purposes of both sides, right? The visions are clear. You will need to walk to the very center of darkness. The battle is stalemate, and only you can determine the winner. Only by turning the war to the Dark One, releasing it, can you free the magician Irana. Unless you do both, you do neither.
Okay.
We gypsies do not speak the names of those with power unless we must. Now I sense that such a time has come. You will know the Dark One by its name, but use it only where you must. The Dark One is called a Vuzel. Leave now, and we will speak no more on this subject, except for the gypsy card and the dark building. I am an old wolf, and I cannot stand such a dream as that last night. It would kill me to face it again.
So what are you supposed to do not to dream? Not
That
to
is
have her
all the
dream?
cards can reveal. It took all my power to read this. May it serve you well.
Okay, so are we now done with the gypsy for the most part? Then?
I think.
Now we shall speak openly of an enemy which seeks to make all of us its pawns. It is a thing of dark magic. It is not of this world, but it seeks constantly to enter here. It feeds upon all living things and surrounds itself with darkness. Weak-minded fools worship it, since it promises its followers their every dream. Powerful fools seek to control it, but it too is powerful. Too powerful for anyone to control. Many years ago, a cult tried to summon the Dark One in Mordavia. They would have succeeded, but for a handful of brave men and the magician Irana. You see, it was not entirely driven back to its own world. Dark magic has leaked from the Dark One's cave, perverting this land and twisting the living things here. So, now again, the Dark One seeks to enter this world. Well, this time, you are to be the opener of the way. Everyone else is just a pawn.
Just a pawn.
Irana too is a pawn. Because of her, you will unleash the darkness. So let us pray that you can banish it as well. The magician Irana faced the Dark One at the time of the summoning and prevented it from entering this world. She was trapped by it as well. You have her staff, and destiny has chosen you to aid her. But to free Irana, you must first free the Dark One. The last Boyar was known to be a worshipper of the Dark One. Actually, he was high priest of the cult. He vanished during the time of the summoning. I believe he is the meaning of the Hierophant's card. If the Boyar is still alive after all this time, He must be trapped in the Dark One's cave. I shudder to think how he has managed to survive, or what he must have become.
Vintage? Okay.
I have a feeling I can answer that question. I am not as mystical as Magda, but I am certain as to the meaning of the tower and gypsy cards. I heard a gypsy story once about Mordavia. It seemed pointless, and yet it was told. I shall tell it to you.
So tell it.
Once long ago, a gypsy was hunting. This was a time when the pass to Mordavia was open, and the Borgovs still ruled as boyars in the castle. This gypsy saw men walking and chanting through the forest at night. He recognized the leader as the boyar. Curious, he followed them to a place near the Dark One's cave. They came to a large standing stone, gray and unmarked. One of the men held up a strange light. It was a will-o-wisp trapped in a bottle. The standing stone started to glow, and runes appeared on its sides. The boyar touched a metal disc to the stone pillar, and a section opened. The men continued chanting as the boyar put a piece of paper in the pillar. Bah, that is all the story tells.
Well, I'm glad that they talk, at least to have the voice acting. Saves us from doing all the extra reading that we would have had to have done, because there's a lot of dialogue content here.
So that's the one with the squid stone that's talking about, that you have to... And here it even tells you what it is specifically, that it was will-o'-the-wisps, which are the souls of dead children that you trap and use that to help illuminate, so you can get the...
Yes, it is to the rituals that the cards referred. 5 you can find in Mordavia. Oh, and one more is hidden within the Dark One's cave.
Nearly forgot about that one.
That leaves only the ritual for the opening of the mouth. And I believe your Katrina must have that one already. How else could you have escaped the cave when first you came here, huh?
Okay, what at this point, you could have not done found these rituals. You could actually move the story forward to this and not have all the rituals at this point.
Correct. I mean, it's potentially you wouldn't have any yet. But, so that's why they give you 3 days to try to find them all.
I knew something had happened to you. I caught your scent mixed with necrotars, but the trail ended, and I lost you. I was hunting near the castle the other night, and I heard a woman's voice coming from one of the upper windows. She cried out in anger, or in sorrow. How could he? How dare he? My child, my baby. Then the hunt moved on, and I heard no more.
We tell about Adavis, Katrina, and the Gears.
So, that is what the reading was about. Ah, things are building to a climax, and you are the center of it all. Oh, that you lived to tell such a tale. This is why you were summoned here, or else we would be hanging garlands of garlic to keep you at bay.
Well,
You tell about the gnome and his problems.
They screwed it. There was another thing.
What? Tell about the gnome and his problem?
Yeah, something was screwed up.
How funny
You tell
is
about...
So, oh, that you lived...
You tell about the gnome and his problems.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's another bug.
Yep.
Okay.
Good loves the bugs.
Your path again crosses ours, and it is wet.
You say goodbye.
Good hunting!
Okay. And I think that's where we will stop for now.